Good evening, class. I wanted to thank you for taking the time to watch my video and speech about who I am and what makes me Michael. First and foremost, I'm a full-time single dad to a 16-year-old young lady. It's been a trip the last 10 years, 12 years. Ranging anything from her stepping into puberty to here in a couple of weeks, she's going to start driving. Now, a lot of parents would be, fret over that. But me, I'm excited. Mainly because that means I don't have to go to the grocery store as much, which I may end up going to the grocery store anyway. But needless to say, my daughter has proclaimed for the last couple of years that, Dad, when I get my license, I'm taking over the grocery shopping. She's very organized and very goal-oriented, and she feels like she can do it better than me. So I'm like, here's the keys, here's the card, here's the credit card. Have a blast. Anyway, second thing about being a full-time dad I've learned is if I find excitement out of it, it's easier on me and it's easier for her. Like I said earlier, her stepping into puberty. Most single dads would have gotten scared and called everybody and their mother. I did not. I made a few phone calls, but hey, what do I buy and how do I buy it? And it took a few moments to get the right product down, but over about a year or so, I can tell when she's on her period. Anyway, just being a dad's awesome. I love it. It has its highs, it has its lows. There's been a few times where I have lost it, like I'm going to pull my hair out and do this number, and I just walk away. If I don't give the negative atmosphere the attention it's trying to pull from me, then it can't drain my energy of being a dad. Second thing you might find interesting about me is I like coffee. And not just cheap, regular old Folgers or Starbucks even, or McDonald's. I like whole bean, random origin, single origin coffee, and I like it freshly ground every morning. That's why I invested in a coffee maker that does that for me. Moving on to the second part of this speech, my inspiration. My inspiration is in my Father in heaven and my faith in Jesus. But naturally speaking, I think I'd find my inspiration in my father, my real dad. Paul Douglas Vickers Sr., born 3/18/60, rock-headed and stubborn, gave my grandparents a run for their money. But back in that day, you could punish your kids and not worry about CPS showing up on your next day. Be like, hey, we heard you said this to your kid. You can't do that. But my dad may have lost his cool a couple times, but honestly, he made sure to let me know that he always loved me. And he passed away last year. And that's why this part is the hardest. Because even though my dad may have been hard or angry sometimes, he was always there for me. He was not just a dad. He was more than what he knew. He went above and beyond a lot of times. And I just wish I would have had more opportunity to get to, do things with him. But, being a dad myself, it can be difficult sometimes. Being just, I love my dad. And I love coffee. Speaking of which, I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you enjoy this video. If you have any questions, call me. 867-5309. That was a joke, by the way. And, I hope you have a good rest of your day.